trying the Revlon 5-in-1 One Step Blow Dry. Let's go. Hi and welcome back to my channel, or hello and welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert, and today's video, we are trying the brand new Revlon 5-in-1 hot brush. It actually says it's a one step blow dry multi-air styler, and I love this on the box. It says fan favorite as seen on TikTok, and I have seen it loads and loads on TikTok, and it is a product that I have been asked to review and test. I've been asked what's my opinion on it. I've not tried it before at all, and the story behind this, I actually did order it before Christmas. I think retail price, it retails at £80 something, and then it dropped down to 50 something pounds. So I ordered it before Christmas and I just didn't go and collect it on time. It was one of those click and collects. I didn't collect it, it got returned, and then it was completely out of stock. But yeah, I kept checking the stock and it's literally just come back in stock. So I actually ordered this from Argos. I'll link down below exactly the one that I have got, and I did get it on offer for like 50 something pounds. So yeah, I am really excited to try it, see the results that it gives, and see can we actually get really great results with a more affordable hot brush, and we're using it on damp hair. First of all, we have the big oval elliptical shaped brown brush, and this is definitely the one that I'm most excited to use, and this is the one that has kind of been all over TikTok, and this is the one that people seem to love the most. Next, there's a smoothing brush that is so big. Like, I'm actually so surprised with the size of that and also the quality. Like, it's like a proper paddle brush, like such good quality. I'm so surprised at that. Then we've got a smaller sized and more narrow brown brush, and I'll tell you straight away that is going to be able to get a really nice amount of curl, volume and shape, because the smaller brown brush you go when you are creating these blow dry looks, you can actually create more shape and more volume with a smaller barrel. So excited to use that one. Then we've got this almost like kind of comb attachment, which is really interesting. I don't think this is gonna be, I would particularly need to use this on my hair type, for example, but I tell you who this would be good for: really coarse hair types, curly or textured hair, if you really want to smooth the hair out and get it like fairly straight as you're drying the hair. But yeah, definitely thicker, textured, coarser hair, I think you'd love this one. And then you have the kind of like the curling barrel tong, and it's got an arm, so it's literally just so versatile. As you can see, there's loads of air gaps in it as well, so it's actually drying the hair at the same time. And I guess with this you can actually use it as a wand and just wrap the hair around. You don't need to open up the arm. Super interesting. Okay, I'm excited. First thing I'm thinking, it actually looks more premium than what I thought it was gonna look. Okay, I guess this for me, that always makes a product look, I guess, cheaper than the premium tools that I have already, kind of. But in terms of the heads and those attachments, and especially that paddle brush attachment, yeah, that looked far kind of nicer. I'm pleasantly surprised so far. Okay, we'll just do a little bit of product prep. So I've actually already done like a Kerastars Premier treatment on my hair. Yeah, I'm just going to follow up with the Kerastars Premier Anti-Frizz Filler Serum. I think it'd be rude not to when I've used the rest of the range. So yeah, this has got your heat protection in. It helps to smooth the hair out, make the hair just look super healthy, frizz-free, and it helps repair damage as well. So that's going all the way throughout the mid-lengths and ends. Then going in with my favourite oil, the Kerastars Elixir All Team. 2 pumps of that one. I'm just going to pop in the Living Proof Full Thickening Blow Dry Cream, just because we're blow drying the hair. So I just want to kind of plump it up, thicken it up, and provide it with, I guess, the best basis to create those nice full blow dry looks. So again, this is mostly going in the mid-lengths and ends. Then just combing all of the hair through, just to make sure those products are just distributed evenly. It actually came with this attachment on first of all, so I'm going to take this one off, push that down, and then that's it. And then we're just moving that arrow to there so it unlocks, and then it easily just pops off. And then instead I'm going to pop on this paddle brush, which I'm really excited to use. So I'm going to use this to smooth out the hair first and kind of get a good pre-dry going, because this is too wet to go in with the brown brush first of all. Where does it say the on button is? There are like little symbols on the back there. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, all you need to do is this little part underneath here. You need to twist that. What I really want to find out though is the heat. What heat does this work on? Like, it doesn't say at all in the instructions what the heat is. Okay, not even on Revlon's very own website do they list the temperatures. I find it so frustrating when brands do this. It's like, we want to know the temperatures, and also, why are you keeping it a secret? Okay, I found an article on cnet.com. I've never been on this website before. They're actually comparing the Dyson Airwrap to the Revlon One Step brush, and they are saying the Revlon One Step brush, the temperature of the barrel can go from 90 degrees to 133 degrees. Assuming that's degrees Celsius, 90 to 133, which sounds about right. However, 133 is definitely too hot to be styling damp hair, low, medium, high. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just stick with the medium heat today, because I definitely don't want to be using 133 on damp hair. Ideally, like, the max temperature you want to go on damp hair is 120. Hair is so much more fragile and vulnerable. When it's wet, it stretches so much more easily. So yeah, just be really careful. But unfortunately, I can't give you an exact answer of what the temperatures are because we don't quite know just yet. Okay, so just gonna flip it on to the medium heat to begin with and start smoothing out the hair. Okay, first things I noticed and would say, I actually love this brush head. Like, it does literally just feel like you're using a really nice, good quality paddle brush. Yeah, there's just heat coming out of your paddle brush. So in terms of like someone who just wants to smooth their hair out and just dry it and smooth it quite quickly, this is so easy to use. Like, you don't need to practice using this at all. The other thing I've noticed and will say, like, this handle is so chunky, I'm already getting a bit of like thumb ache by repeatedly, I guess, like the way you grip it and using it. Yeah, it's definitely not the most comfortable dexterity wise. And then sound of the tool and I guess handle, that's where it feels definitely not as premium. Like, the sound is that not super calming or soothing to listen to. This plastic, definitely more like affordable, cheaper kind of plastic. Mixed reviews so far. I will say it's done a good job of like pre-drying my hair. It's hard to go in and get like it's done, I guess it's done more drying on the mid-lengths and ends, but it is definitely still a bit wet at the roots. But now I feel like I do need to section it and move on to the round brush head, or else it's going to be too dry on the mid-lengths and ends to start using like our round brush heads. So I'm just going to take my first section, as usual, level with the top of the ears, which gives us like quite nice big chunky sections. So just removing that brush head and then going and replacing it with this oval one. Shape. What I'm going to do is definitely pin curl it like I need to do with a lot of my hot brush blow dry shapes, because if I don't on my hair, it's just kind of too loose. Let me quickly get some pins. Okay, in contrast to this huge oval shaped brush, we're now going to use a smaller one on the other side and see the result that gives. I am so impressed with that. I tell you what, everyone is going on about this brush head. This is the brush head you should be going on about, this smaller one. And you see how easily my hair was just like gliding through, not getting stuck at all. pin that in place. So we're letting that one cool as well. Really impressed with that one actually. Yeah, I do love with these hot brushes when the bristles are flexible and they've got flex, meaning like they just move, they're so soft. There's no hair on the brush, it's not pulled any of my hair out at all. So far we've used 3 attachments. We've just got like that smoothing comb and then the curling wand to go. I mean, let's go in with the smoothing comb, even though like I'm not sure what results I'm gonna get here, but let's give it a go. Okay, so it is actually very good at drying your roots. So whereas kind of the paddle brush, you can't really get in and dry the roots. This one you really can, because yeah, the teeth are just really narrow, so you can really just get in there. And I guess the way you have to do it is just really pull that end straight. So you're pulling the hair taut to make sure it's all smooth, and then just run it through. And really nothing mind-blowing. I would probably never use this attachment. As I say, it's great for those of you with curly textured hair and you really want to get in there and smooth that root area. I think it would be great for you guys. Okay, and then last brush head to try is our curling one, which I'm really intrigued to try. So it actually says in the instructions, it advises you to go like this, wrap all the way down and then wrap back up. I'm not going to do that just because I never do that with any of my heated tools. It's something that I always advise against because your ends are so much older, they're so much more fragile. When you do any kind of heat styling like that, you're ensuring that that end is on the heat for the longest amount of time, and then you wrap it all the way back up, and the end needs to be on the heat for the least amount of time. It curls so much easier because it's finer, it's more porous, because it's older hair. So I'm not going to start bottom up. And also things like you need so much more time on the heat of the root because the root is thicker, it's more dense. Let me do it without talking and then I'll come back to you and then. Okay, I won't lie, that felt so weird. It was literally like using a curling iron on wet hair. So it felt very weird and I had to just keep repeating the technique. I repeated it like 3 times just to make sure it was actually dry. That is a really, really lovely shape. And with all of these, I haven't been doing it, but what I could do, pop this down to the cold setting and the cold mode whilst it was in the iron. First of all, I actually thought having this here is really kind of a bit confusing, but actually when you're using it, that's such a good place to have your controls and somewhere easily that you can just like twist it. So actually I do really like having the controls down there. Let me do a section behind it and use it more like a curling wand as well, which I think will be so much easier. I will say that was a bit of a faff. That's the one thing I would say with that technique. And if I'm in a rush, yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. I would literally just dry the hair smooth and then just go in quick with my actual curling tong. I mean, yeah, that was so much easier using it like that. It feels so weird, like literally just doing a curl with a curling iron on wet hair. And I'm not sure. I'm really not sure because I'm just like, I think it is a bit damp at the roots. I think it's going to be very hard to dry every single section and just make sure it's thoroughly dry at the roots there. I think I'm going to finish all of this side with this big round brush and then finish all of this side with the smaller round brush. They're really the main 2 brush heads that you're looking at when you're purchasing this brush. And definitely like the smoothing paddle brush, as I mentioned at the start, I think that's a really great brush just to use at the beginning to take out a bit of moisture and pre-smooth the hair. But yeah, my main 2 that I think are going to be the best are these round brush heads. Okay, if you've been here for a while, you will know what we're gonna do next. We need to wait for all of this hair to cool down and set. So I'm gonna say like 10 minutes we'll come back because it's all just nice and warm still at the moment. Okay, let's start taking out these pins now. So we've got our large oval round side, but yeah, these are looking amazing. But as I will say, and I keep saying, it wouldn't look like that on my hair if I hadn't have pin curled it. You can see just how much of a difference that's made to my hair. So what happens when you're pin curling the hair is still malleable, which means you can still shape it, and it's still malleable whilst it's still warm. So yeah, just allowing it to set in that shape whilst the hair's still warm will create the most kind of roundness, fullness, the most kind of volume as well. And now let's take out this side, which was the smaller, more narrow round brush. There's quite a big difference there between the two sides. This side has bounced up a lot more in length because it's a smaller barrel. We've got a tighter curl shape there. Let's dress out. To dress out, all I'm gonna do is do a little smidge of oil in my hands and run my fingers through, because I know especially this side is gonna be so loose. I don't want to go through with a comb and just kind of knock everything out. So I'm just gonna rake my fingers through. Wow, I actually love both sides so much, but definitely steering more towards this side just because I know what my hair's like, and if I've gone to the effort of styling it all like I really want it to last, that was the smaller round brush head. This side has given me more of that kind of loose, really undone, effortless look. I love the volume, but then again I do think that volume has come from then how I pinned it, really quite nice and high. But I love this kind of really loose swoop and swoosh, and it's really smoothed out my hair. And the shine, by the way, the shine is definitely from the Kerastase treatment that I've done on my hair. My hair feels and smells absolutely incredible, so I'll link all of the Kerastase Premier range below. But yeah, this side has more smooth and just giving it that effortless flick and swoosh. But yeah, on my hair, and as with a lot of you who have long hair, no layers, that is probably going to be gone by the end of the day, or definitely the next day that will be gone. That's why I am loving that side, and I'm surprised more people aren't talking about this hot brush head compared to that one. Like, everyone is talking about this one online, which is giving this effect, but I love this one. Okay, quick summary on all of the heads then. So the amazing big wide paddle brush, such good quality. I love using it. It's literally just like running a big paddle brush through your hair, but the air actually comes out from around here, so it's like a heated hot air paddle brush. So good for pre-drying the hair and giving it a bit of a smooth out before you start. Really rate this one. Comb, I mean, I wouldn't really use it on my hair. I haven't got the right hair type for this, but if you have thick, textured, more coarse, more curly hair, definitely this is amazing for making sure the roots are dry and just stretching and drying out that root area. The curling wand attachment, really interesting. It felt really strange for me because it does feel like you're using a curling iron on wet hair, which feels so wrong. Really nice shape and end result, I will say that, but just a bit of a faff. I do think it would be just much easier and quicker if you do want that kind of curl look and you want to use then like a curling iron, curling tong with an arm. You might as well just quickly blow dry your hair smooth and then go in with an actual curling iron with an arm. I think if you were to do a full head of this on damp hair, it would take quite a long time because it's more fiddly really. Super easy to use. Both of these were really surprisingly so easy to use. Like, they did not pull my hair at all. My hair was just gliding through effortlessly, just like silk. It was gliding through. Yeah, this, as you can see, gives that really undone, really does well at smoothing the hair out. But yeah, flicky, undone, loose result. I'm gonna pick this more so if I just want to smooth my hair, just like tuck the ends under, just how it is now. But absolute star of the show for me, which I'm I'm not surprised about because I knew I was gonna like this because of the size of it. Creates that stunning, beautiful shape, and yeah, look how much it smooths my hair out but given an incredible shape. So out of all of the 5 attachments, this is the winner for me, and I think more people should be talking about this. All my other brushes and tools that I use, they are premium and they come with a premium price point. This is really more the first affordable brush that I've bought and I've used, and I am so pleasantly surprised by it. I love the end result. A few things I would point out: I wouldn't go up to the highest heat. I don't exactly know the temperature of it. It is saying it goes up to 133 degrees. To be honest, I guess the Dyson Airwrap goes up to 150, but the difference with the Dyson Airwrap, that's the airflow. The barrel doesn't really heat up, whereas this, I was just concerned I didn't want 133 with the barrel and it being like a direct heat on my head. So yeah, I just went and used it on the medium heat. It's given me these results. So I think the medium heat is perfect. And then the only other thing that I did point out was the fact that because it is a cheaper brush, really you only notice it here with this plasticky base. And I think because it is so chunky, like it does start to hurt, whereas none of my other hot brushes do that. So just small things to bear in mind, I guess. But if you are looking for an affordable hot brush multi-air styler, you kind of want to be in with these tools, because let's face it, everyone's using these kind of tools where they're customizable. You can do all sorts with them. If you want to be in that kind of club but you don't want to spend an absolute fortune, I would 100% recommend the Revlon multi-air styler, because for the price you can't beat it. So I bought mine from Argos and I bought it for £53, which yeah is an absolute steal. And for those of you who are in the US, I'm not sure of any sales or anything with the Revlon at the moment, but absolutely if I find anything, you'll find that all linked below in the description box. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know which attachment you think was best. Let me know if you love the end result, and if you like this video or learned anything new, I would love it if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, because I post hair tutorials, hairstyles and hair tips weekly. And if you do, I'll be seeing you next week for another one of my hair videos. Bye guys.